Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Lenovo plus AMD The Rising in association with Vijay Sales. I'm your host, Blackjack. Joining me is my co-host, Baba Gusta. For whatever reason, I've got an itch up here in my face. A little bit of a weird way to start things off, but it is indeed, once again, this beautiful Rainbow Six Siege competition that we have here at the Esports Club. And it's a big day because it's the first best of three semifinal between Monkey Hunters and Team Valiance, which will be held on the maps of Oregon, Clubhouse, and Cafe Dostoevsky. That is correct. Map bans, of course, already taken care of as it should be. Itchy once again. Sorry about that. And Oregon is actually our first map of the night, picked by Valiants, and Valiants themselves are also on defense. Clubhouse, that means, of course, is the Monkey Hunters pick, and they are defense there. And then thanks to the coin toss, Monkey Hunters have gotten defense on Cafe as well. So, all things considered, even if map one doesn't necessarily go their way, Monkey Hunters have quite a big route. Defense on the both of the like final maps of the night. Yeah, they've got a few things going their way, if you ask me. However, we're gonna zoom back into this first map with only two players remaining in the lobby. We will be going live with the match soon, but before we do, Baba, how are you doing on this fine evening?
I'm doing great, Jack, and also excited for the matchup because last time I remember in the previous season, we did see a Valiant defeat, which was formerly known as UG back in those days, defeated them in on. I believe that was on coastline 8-7. It was an overtime match point, and Valiants did win it out. Got themselves their good first place as well. But this time, it's going to be a bit different though, because it is best of three. So even though if Monkey Hunters lose their first map on Oregon, they still have two more chances, which is on Clubhouse and Cafe. Interesting enough, no Chalet being brought up from Monkey Hunters and neither from Valiant. So the only place that you will be seeing is on Oregon, Clubhouse, and Cafe. So my pick, especially on map one, I do kind of think that Valiants do have, might have a chance on taking out Monkey Hunters on Oregon, but who knows? Let's find out as we take a look at the matches on what do we have right now. Valiants versus Monkey Hunters is the first semi-final stream that we are going to be casting on the match. We still have
Mm-hmm.
three maps to go, unless and until Monkey Hunters decides to end things once and for all, ending it 8-2 to 0. They will get their spot in the grand finals, going up against the next semi-finalist, which would be Kira Esports and I believe, yeah, Kira Esports
Valhalla,
and
Kira and
Valhalla.
Valhalla.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, Kira and Valhalla. So the second semifinals match, I believe, will be on tomorrow, or maybe day after tomorrow. So yeah, very excited about these two matches that we're going to see from the semifinals. But first, Monkey Hunters versus Valiance, Jack. We've seen some, great potential coming in between these two teams, and Monkey Hunters, they've already shown that they are, more than good enough to get to this spot. But can we say the same thing to Valiance, though?
I guess we'll just have to wait, watch, and find out, folks, because the match is starting up. That is correct. There's not much time left, and that means the first map of the day, Oregon, will be going live on your screens right here, right now, as the band phase itself has begun. Valiants, like we said, on defense, Monkey Hunters on the attack, as the first ban of the night will come from the side of the Valiants as well, taking their time. Interestingly enough, with this decision, the Valiants will decide to ban the Iana. Oh, that is a good one right there. A very good ban indeed. We were talking about this yesterday, Baba and myself, about how good Iana is with the Gon 6 and grenades for utility clearance and operator clearance, area clearance as well. And of course, you have her kit, her main weapon of the ARX or G36, both very powerful guns, and just so many drones. Information potential from the side of Iana is insane, and that information can be used very effectively in many situations, and that's why the Iana ban will start us off, along with the Thatcher ban from Monkey Hunter, standard stuff. They, as a team, of course, know very well how to play around Thatcher not being present in any given match, any given day. So they'll just get rid of him nice and quickly, use up the attacker ban slot, and go into the Wamai ban for the first defender of the night. Again, Not really surprising, all things considered. Wamai has been banned quite a bit in the Rising, in this tournament, that is. And overall, as in, he's just, yeah, people really don't want to play against him, it seems to be, as his utility denial can be a particular brand of annoying, sometimes even more so than Jaeger, because at least with Jaeger, you know that you've disabled the ADS, right? And you know that you're going to just get in, get this done, easily finish, whatever. But with Wamai, there's always that other disc. He has 5 discs. You never know where they really are, all of them at least. And then boom, yeah, your utility gets denied. But of course, the meta ban will end us off as well from the side of the Valiants. And with that, a pause request has come in from the side of Beat, interestingly enough, from the side of Monkey Hunters, that is. And, excuse me, Rattler, I think, was the one also asking for a pause. Now we're just making sure that they are in fact ready, and they are. So, okay, a little bit of a a little bit of a weird interaction going into the game. But speaking of which, let us have a look at both the rosters that are in the lobby first today. From the side of Monkey Hunters, we've got Sparko, Jittery, Rattler, Sandy, and Beat. And from the side of the Valiants, we've got Nippon, Flickshotter, Hypertishi, Tsukishima, and Dibjol. With a 6 pick going into the mute out of the Kaid from Flickshotter. The operators have been set. The bans have been set. The map is ready. Round one is a go. And I've kept a man from the mic. I've kept the man from the mic long enough, along with my stutters today. Something's up. As Baba Gusta, take it away.
Well, thank you for that, Jack. And also, I believe it's the semi-finals, so we all of us are a bit excited and also a bit nervous on what's going to happen between these two teams. I mean, you know how Monkey Hunters are capable of. The same thing can be said to Team Valiance, and knowing that this is best of 3 in the semi-finals, the winner will get the spot. Will get the spot to the grand finals. The same cannot be said to the losers, though. Unfortunately, the loser has to be eliminated from the tournament. But hey, we still have the AMD Challenger Series, though, Jack. So there is a huge, chances after the next tournament. But this tournament, though, it's going to be a very interesting one. And with the action phase coming in, round 1, we will see the players on the side of Monkey Hunter spawn in their respective spawn sites. One in towards the street, and the second from construction site. Now, the placements have already been made. The side of Valiance and Hypertushi placing his last barbed wire. We will see Tsukushima Good bring in the Valk this time, placing a cams to give some vital information right from outside the bus spot, where most of the attackers do spawn in towards Junkyard to give them vital information. And interesting this time, we see Jittery play in the Zofia this time. Since the Iana has been banned on the side of Team Valiance, this might cause a huge changes in their plans. Although Flores will be brought up, the RCE Rotero will be used to make an angle or maybe an entryway towards the armory site. But talk about the information game here. Bulletproof cams in towards the site, which can give vital information from armory lockers. Actually, right from the armory lockers hallway and towards the trophy room. Things are a bit confusing for Monkey Hunters, though, because apparently they are still trying to figure out a way to first open up the walls on second floor games room. And now Hypertushi has something else to say. I believe he actually found one via the Valkyrie cams, and now he's trying to make a play here. Will he get the kill, or will Jittery claim his first?
Either one of them could really spell doom for the other, and it isn't just them, mind you. That's a nice little bait attempt from a Sandy, but that drone, I believe, is clear of the mute jammer's radius, so it can be used for intel as well. It'll all just come down to how the execute phase shapes up to be from the side of Monkey Hunters. They're just getting themselves ready. Here we go. Tower push slowly coming in. They're going to have a couple of lines made nice and quickly for coverage for the Maverick, that is, as he goes to town on the wall. Rattler's just covering the attic window in the meanwhile. Sandy going up with the Flores drones. Drone holes are his best friend, of course. And in the meanwhile, we have... oh, okay, bedroom breach has already been taken care of. I should have expected that. Don't know why I didn't, given that the speed of bedroom breaches have been a little slow as of recent matches. But then again, with Monkey Hunters, you can never really say that, as Dipjo's going to go down in the meanwhile. First big drop, but the kill hasn't been confirmed, so he can be revived. Beat will go down in the meanwhile. Hyperdigy with one, with two. Rattler goes down as well. Suddenly it's a 3v5, and things are looking very dicey indeed. Nippon finds one more, but Sandy did come in, found Dipjo in the meanwhile. Sandy finds one more flick shot off the board, but he's been down, taken care of. It's all up to Jittery. 1v3, and only 5 seconds remain. He can only do so much as to shoot up at the ceiling and nothing more, because he was downstairs trying to find the C4 player. But for Valiance, that never even came into requirement, as they simply took care of Monkey Hunter's attackers as they came to the site. Good stuff from Valiance. Unfortunate for the Monkey Hunters, but it's only round one, of course, and a round one loss doesn't necessarily mean a map loss. Not just yet. As Valiance, they're on defense. That means they have the initial Oregon advantage, as they say. But Monkey Hunters can still make good on their attacks. And this is a best of three, of course. So, all in all, Monkey Hunters still have a fairly good position, generally speaking, given their, I would say, their higher experience with best of threes overall. But that's nothing against the Valiance. Again, experience counts, and it counts for a lot. But Valiance can still prove to upset this gargantuan team that is Monkey Hunter. So this is going to be a very, very interesting game. Map 1 is going to tell a lot for how both of these sides are going to be proceeding forward tonight. And I think that is going to be something to watch out for. It's very crucial, how the flow of these maps is decided and where it goes from there.
10 seconds left.
Man, you gotta give it to Hypertushi though, Jack, because at the beginning you saw that Tsushima Go did place that camps on just exactly what I talked about near the bus spot. He detected that Jittery was in that spot, so he decided to go in for that run right from the construction entrance, and he decided, you know what, I think it's not a best idea to be doing it, because they've already, succeeded in wasting a lot of time in Monkey Hunter's attack phase. So with only 30 seconds left, the attackers decides to go in for that execute, and at that specific time, Hypertushi was in white stairs waiting for that execute to happen and gets those two easy kills. So it didn't have much of a problem for them, and they did succeed in the first round. But this time Monkey Hunters are, hopefully they are prepared this time, knowing that the entire site on the big towers and even maybe from the basement laundry has been cleared, so they'll slowly make their way and think of executing in towards the freezer. Now freezer should be a very interesting push though, because I haven't seen any pushes from any of the attackers, especially in this tournament, push in construction, and I believe it has to do something about Flores, but already the gunfight's been in. Tsushima gets one, Beat gets the other with the grenade to take out Flickshotter, and looks like the man count is still the same. 4-4, a minute and 50 seconds left. The drone works, I mean the information game from Tsushima Good, man. He even has that cam to detect where exactly Flores is, right in towards the freezer, and that might cause the attackers though, because Valiance, when it comes to information-wise, they are one step ahead. And all Tsushima is doing as of now is wait for that perfect spot. The free is he going to win that gunfight? No, so close, but that is going to put Tsushima Gold in a very bad place. Already a lot of gunfights been happening this time in towards the side. Jittery taking out Hypertushi 4v2 this time. Valiance is in big trouble, but here comes Tsushima Go right towards the rotate of laundry storage, taking out Sandy, but the plant is going in. Will we see a C4 being thrown out from Tsushima? Not just quite yet. Needs to worry about Jittery, who is still holding an angle. C4 will come in, gets taken out from Jittery, and also the downed. And here comes the final kill, all thanks to Beat to take out that final player. There you have it. Monkey Hunters will win their first round of attack on basement, laundry, and supply room. 1-1 is the score line. It's equalized, and with it we will proceed to the next round. The site will be on basement, laundry, and supply room yet again, and this time what exactly happened to Valiance? Why, what happened to the entire side though? Because all Beat and Jittery did is just eliminate players one by one, pushing towards the freezer, slowly made their way from laundry room, went in for that plant, and also gave them the win. A great job from them. And also Tsushima, he was in a very risky spot, wasn't he, Jack? He was on garage. He was, engaging a gunfight, against the Maverick right from that hallway. And this gave a proper information on Monkey Hunter, saying that there is two players who will make their way on basement laundry, and they took care of that advantage. That is how quick they are on relaying that information. Although Valiants were good at getting those information thanks to Valkyrie camps, but it wasn't enough for that good execute to come by. So maybe if Valiants try to maybe hold their ground on towards the site and let
10 seconds
Tsukushima
left.
do his work as a roamer, maybe we might see Valiants make a comeback.
5 seconds to insertion.
There's again, it's early game. It's really hard to say which way this first map will go. And again, there is reason for that. The reason being the way these first 2 rounds have gone. Right? It's kind of hard to tell, but Valiants are definitely trying to slowly pull ahead from Monkey Hunters. And again, they're trying to use that defender-sided nature of Oregon to its fullest advantage, to its fullest potential here and now. And that, of course, is going to be absolutely required for them if they want this to go their way. Wait a minute, Tsukushima is going to get that. Oh, the down on Rattler from the C4. Huge one. But does he know that there's the LMG? Oh, what a shot! As that will be jittery off the board, but Hypertree gets taken down in the meanwhile. And Sandy, the one who took that kill, gets taken down by another beautiful shot by Flickshotter. Oh, dear me. Looks like Monkey Hunters were not quite expecting C4s to be thrown outside of the building at that. And for Hypertree to be as, well, not Hypertree, excuse me, right there. And for the SMG to be as aggressive as it was just a second ago. Rattler will be revived, of course. That's going to give Monkey Hunters their 3rd player back. But the issue is, they're in a 3v4, and they have made next to no headway in actually getting any control. Jittery was upstairs trying to get rid of any roamers towards the kitchen side, towards the white stairs, and maybe even towards, bedroom and all. As Nippon will find one more. That's Rattler off the board. The SMG fires off again. Can he get one more? Down onto Beat. And he tried to go for the kill with the smoke grenade, but got taken down instead. Type 89 from Sparko. As that will be one of the boards. Tsukushima's coming in. He knows where they are, but no, Sparko's too good for him. But there's Dibjol coming in as well. It was a triple push. One from the door of blue, one from the rotate, and one from the line of sight in the connecting room of meeting hatch. And really, it was just one... Really, just Tsukushima was a sacrifice right there, all things considered. He was the closest. Sparko took him down, but Dibjol managed to come in with the double and give his team the round as well. Valiants, good stuff from them. They're reading into Monkey Hunters. Unfortunately for the blue team, that is, they might not be reading Valiants all that well. It's a little bit more of a scattered play from Valiants that I'm seeing here, They're moving around a lot, to borrow fighting game terms, their movements are good in the map
Attackers
so
need to
far.
locate and defuse bombs.
And just that is helping them position themselves in a way that suits their overall playstyle, at least from what it seems like right now. Their movement is pretty decent right now, and they're playing those downtimes very well between kills. They're isolating or trying to isolate any Monkey Hunters players they can, or taking the kills wherever they notice a mistake from the attacker's side. And they so far managed to make good on that. Even in the round that they lost on basement, they were still doing good with their overall what seems to be the strategy for basement. What seemed to be the strategy for basement, that is. And right now, it will go into round 4. 2-1 is the scoreline. Monkey Hunters in a bit of an early spot of bother, but again, until we're at round 6 and 7, we can't really say we're past the early game. But they would like to equalize once again here. If they don't, then we'll have Valiants starting to pull away really, really quickly with a potentially big lead.
I mean, they definitely need that, Jack, because Monkey Hunters, aka Rattler, who made that 6-pick, switching off from the Capitao to the IQ is the best decision. Because Valiants have already have much information, all thanks to Tsukushima's, Tsukushima's cams. So maybe if they remove one of those important cameras and then maybe go in for the push, rendering Valiants intel less, then maybe we might see Monkey Hunters get that frag once more. I mean, the same thing cannot be said for Romas though, because Tsukushima Goat, well, obviously as you saw from that previous round, but you don't have to worry about that because Jittery comes with the first kill. There goes Jibjol, and that is the Melusi taken care of. So Early kill coming in from Monkey Hunters, and Valiants really need to be careful though. And now would be the best time for Valiants to come back to the site and maybe make their one final stand, because one of the players already been downed, and Monkey Hunters are slowly making their way to open up the walls. Thanks to the RC
Bomb
Ratero being
located by
used, and also
attackers.
the mute jammers which has been placed. So taking out that wall is going to be a difficult one, even though the Flores RC drone could be used, but it's best to just try to eliminate it right from below. Anyways, the Excaro pellets will come in, opening up the walls on towards the game's room. But now, the only question on my mind is what Tsukushima Goat is going to do as of now. Rattler, keep that in mind, he is so low on HP, not quite sure what exactly happened to him. Maybe a bit of explosion, or maybe a line of sight has been used, and Pete really needs to be careful though, because the Jaeger is so close. He's right next to him, and without having any information, going towards the attic is going to be a death trap. And Maverick, oh boy, oh, come on, Pete, you just need to open it up. No, not a good way. And also a very bad use of that breaching torch, and looks like the Jaeger will take a hold of that opportunity. There goes your hard breacher, and guess what? There's another one. That is Rattler gone. Already, we will see Valiants getting themselves in the man count lead 3-4 as Kushima Goat slowly making their way towards the white stairs.
Not good once again, and there goes Flick Shutter with yet another Sandy off the board. Can he get one more? Not quite. Jiri took a bit of damage, but Tsukushima will be down in the meanwhile. Unfortunate, Flick Shutter is still here. Jiri finds Nippon in the inside a sight. He's going off with the LMG, but he's the only one remaining. 2 down. All he needs to do is find Flick Shutter. The last one standing. C4 goes up, but that will not find Jiri, of course. He's come to the white stairs. I don't think Jiri knows. He's going to try and go for the plant. Flick Shutter in the meanwhile has to come in and stop this from happening. 2 seconds remain. He's falling back, but Jiri pushes out to the white stairs and gets the headshot right on time. Oh, his team needed that desperately. Monkey Hunters, the push to sight was botched as anything, but Jittery pulls it out for his team. LMG. Oh, as they say, the LMG goes brr, and Zofia's LMG, it's got 150 bullets, folks. Do not underestimate that thing at all. If you do, then just like the Valiants found out the hard way, things will not go well, even if it is only 2 seconds left on the clock. Boy, that was close. But Jittery manages to pull it up. Managed to pull it out. Wow, I am stuttering something fierce today. But yeah, I'll try to get over that. Don't worry, folks. But yeah, Jittery managed to pull it out right at the end for his team. Literally last second. Ooh, that was a heart stopper of a round, I'll tell you what. Round 5, as second floor is once again the saddest choice from the Valiants.
Well, I guess we all know who to thank for. The barbed wire from the Jaeger, which gave Jeffrey the instant information from white stairs. I mean, oh boy, you just hate to see that, Jack. I mean,
10 seconds to go.
man, I just feel that was very unlucky though for Valiants' side. Although Flick Shutter made so much work, triple kill, even with that man count advantage, and all Jetri had to do was just enter in the windows of kids and just eliminate. I mean, down not just 1 or 2, 3 players were downed, and then in the end you saw that final kill from that white stairs. Looks like Jetri, man, that previous round was so close for Valiants, and yet Monkey Hunters recovered it. What a way to be winning that round, and looks like they want to continue it. Knowing that it is round 5, having a 4-2 advantage is exactly what both of these teams need, knowing that Valiants are the one on the defensive side. But on the second half, things will be a lot different for Valiants if they don't recover on the attack side. But for now, we will see Hypertoshi making some inverted lines of sight in towards the big tower stairs, and there comes Sophia. Looks like the push is already in here for Monkey Hunters. They always love doing it. But here comes Flick. Everything. 3 kill for him, but Jittery is still alive. Can he get it though? 2 players are in from the main stairs. He's gonna go down as well, and so does Jittery, and Beat in the hands of Melusi. And looks like Monkey Hunters' attempt on rush will be failed in the hands of Flick Shutter and the Melusi, as we will see Team Valiants win round 5, second floor kids dumps and main hall. My god, the rush though, I do have to admit, Jack, the rush from Monkey Hunters were perfect. It's just that they held it off really well here. Flick Shutter, man, I did not expect Flick Shutter to get 3 kills, and I mean, to be honest, that rush was literally from the trophy wall entrance, and I believe that it was a collateral in the end. But man, not a good way for Monkey Hunters to be, losing that is, a very important round. Knowing that Jittery almost had the control on Attic, he even had control on towards the main hall, but
Defenders, protect your
the
bombs from
stairs
being defused by
couldn't get the
attackers.
shot. He couldn't get to eliminate Tsushima Gold as well in the end. But hey, we will see Valiants get the lead 3-2, Jack. What's going to happen next? Monkey Hunters, that risky play might have cost them the round here.
Oh no, that rush was just such a failed attempt. I mean, again, Jittery came in guns blazing as he always does, followed with the rest of Monkey Hunters, right? And on paper, it seemed like a good idea, right? You look at Valiants, the way they've been going around with their setups and all that for
10
Bedroom,
seconds left.
they generally like to take a little bit of time into the prep phase to set things up
5
all the
seconds
way.
remaining.
But unfortunately for Monkey Hunters, by the time they
Attackers
got
must
there,
locate
Valiants were mostly already ready, it seemed, especially Flickshotter. And he went in with the AUG, got those first three, and then, of course, the rest were all up to the remaining players of Valiants once he went down, and they managed to hold it down just as well, just as good, you know? So, all things considered, I would say that it was, again, a good idea from Monkey Hunter's side, but Valiants were probably more ready for it than I think they expected. And that, of course, leads us into this 3-2 situation where it's like one round taken by Monkey Hunters, one round taken by Valiants, and then Monkey Hunters take another, and then Valiants take another. It's a situation where, they aren't giving up. And they're, oh, wait a minute. That's going to be a big one, though. Jittery is off the board early. Dipjol didn't even take any damage from that. Oh no, that's your LMG player off the board. And that is not a good way to start off round 6, especially a round where they would desperately love to equalize. They won't be able to do that if they don't play their cards right. They've got the Ying, and of course they've got, Candelas will be coming in. The Smoke is coming in the meanwhile, but no, Rattler's gonna get shot up quite a bit. He's so low. One smoke and he's off the board. But Flickshot is going to go down first. Sandy's coming with 2. But Rattler's going to go down to the smoke anyway. Just as I said, Beat's gone in with another one. It's a 3v2 and the side control is being established. But the diffuser has to get in there to sight. And that's Sparko. Digital and Tsukishima are coming in from behind on tower stairs. But it's a little late maybe to stop the plant. They have to get in, but they can't. Tsukishima's going to be found and down for the meanwhile. Will he be revived? Digital does have the opportunity. He's going to do it. But the grenade comes in. That will find Tsukishima and deal damage to Dipjol. Suddenly it's a 1v3, all down to the last one. Vigil on the tower stairs. Can he make something of this situation? A long flank will be required here, but no, he's going to come down tower stairs. Anyway, find one, and that is Beat off the board. He needs to find the remaining 2, though, Sandy and Sparko, and they're both holding power positions towards the laundry stairs area. Dibjol doesn't have much time, nor does he have much room to work with here. 12 seconds, it's about to go past the point of no return. He's going to go to the diffuser, try and stick the counter defuse, but no, it's gone. Can he still get the kills? No, he cannot. Sandy will finish him off. And this time, a quick push from Blue Bunker and a quick take into sight does prove to be very, very, very fruitful for the side of Monkey Hunters. They tried it again. They're a little bit more delayed, trying to make them feel like, okay, Jittery's down. They're going to slow down. Valiance probably thought that, but nope. Not with the Ying, not with the Maverick, and not with the Flores. They went in and managed to take the round for themselves. 3-3 going in to round 7.
And this is quite unexpected, Jack. At first, I thought, Valiance was going to get it because they took care of Jittery, thanks to Jibjol, not even taking a single damage from the LMG. And for a moment there, I thought Valiance has this. Next thing you know, the Candelas come in from Rattler and also the push from Beat, not only just eliminating the smoke, but also getting the control in towards the side. That was so quick that Valiance had not quite any other answers for a quick, refrag, or maybe try to even get it. But this time, I believe Beat has requested for a rehost because there is a sound bug on his end. So we're just waiting for the admin's call to see whether if it's going to be a rehost or not. But yeah, as I was talking about that previous round, such a close round there. Even with Dibjol getting that early kill, both the players, Dibjol and
Attackers are moving
Skushima,
out to
both
locate
of
a
them
bomb
were
and
in
defuse
from the
it.
big tower stairs, leading them not having any control on Freezer, not having any control on the basement laundry stairs as well. So it was a bit difficult for them to know what exactly was happening. So looks like a rehost has been approved on the side of Monkey Hunter. So we have to go back to our caster screen because the beat has currently been experiencing a sound bug, and now we just have to wait for the issue to get fixed. I mean, it's not going to take quite a lot of time though. But yeah, at the first half, 3-3 Jack. We've seen Monkey Hunters make some very risky plays, especially on round 5, the side being on second floor kids, rushing without opening up any single walls on second floor kids, neither on the attic, not even a smoke or a flashbang being thrown. They just decided to just go all ham, and Dibjol gets those 3 kills. And that, I would say, it's
Hmm.
not a good way to rush, especially when you're on the attack side.
I mean, yeah, generally speaking, we did see what a rush could look like from the side of the attack from Monkey Hunters in round 6, of course. But then again, it wasn't really a full blown rush. It was more like a quick take onto Blue Bunker, especially after that first kill went off. When Jittery died, even I was thinking, like, okay, Jittery's gone. That means they'll have to slow down and reconsider their position, right? But then we saw the
Mhm.
Ying, the Flores, and the Maverick just sitting in Blue Bunker entrance. And I was like, and I just thought, okay, wait, maybe they're not going to slow down. And that's probably going to catch Valiance off guard. And lo and behold, it did very, very quickly indeed. And once that did happen, it was really just Monkey Hunter's round to lose. And now in 3-3, going into, round 7, roll swap, they're going to have defense, and effectively starting from scratch on defense after a round like that is going to help them quite a bit, all things considered, because they have a little bit of momentum. They've got that spark of momentum in their way. And who knows, maybe that spark will lead into a full blown fire that lets them devour this match, burn it to the ground and get the win for themselves, if you will. Definitely took that metaphor a bit too far there. Sorry about that. But all things considered, I do sort of like the way both teams are playing. It's a little bit odd at times. It's almost as if they're kind of not all there yet. But it is a best of 3, of course. We're in for the long haul, so they will be conserving a little bit of stamina, especially for map 2. Map 2 is where things get really crazy. And if we end up going to Decider on Cafe, then expect all the crazy, right? They call themselves monkey hunters. They'll become the monkeys, as well as Team Valence will just be valiant monkeys on the other side. It'll be all over the place on map 3. Should we go there? But yeah, I know. Again, taking metaphors too far
Yes.
seems to be
Yeah, no,
my
no, no. I'm
my
just
mo today.
imagining. I'm just imagining a fight between monkeys and valiant monkeys, and the first dialogue I hear would be like, "Finally, a worthy opponent. Our battle
Oh.
will be legendary."
Oh dear me.
It's just,
But yeah, just
yeah.
again, all things considered, it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a crazy one, especially on map 2. Maybe Monkey Hunters' experience overall in long form matches might help them win it out. That is definitely something that is leaning towards them. But Valiant seems like they want to take map 1 and put Monkey Hunters at a disadvantage early. And if they're actually able to do that, then map 2 will pretty much be up in the air and will pretty much be undecidable for the rest of this encounter, because again, it's down to how map 1 shapes up. If it's a dominant victory for either side, we might not even go to the third map, right? Map 2 might just be the be all end all. But this match so far, this first map, Oregon, has been very close. And if it continues to be as close, then we're in for a big long game tonight, folks, all the way up to map 3, maybe even a couple of overtimes right now. But it will all depend on how this second half of map 1 shapes up. So, all things considered, we have seen 6 rounds worth of Rainbow Six be played, and we have, quite a bit more to go. So, I had to ask you this question now, Bob. I didn't get to ask it before the match. Of course, that's probably when we should have talked about this. But yeah, the match itself began, and we were more vested in actually seeing versus speculating. But 6 rounds down, 3-3 on either side. What are we thinking? Do we get a decider OT, or are we finishing on map 2?
Well, at first, I'd say I mean, I would say at the first map we might expect NOT because at the first half it was 3-3, and I'm trying to understand what Monkey Hunters is doing right now because for the past three, for the past first half of their attack round, it seems like Monkey Hunters are trying to pressure them into making making. They're just trying to make some risky plays for Team Valiant so that maybe in second half you might expect Team Valiance doing the same thing, but what they're trying to do is that they are pressuring them a lot, in which in the second half, since Valiance will be the one on attack, I believe they won't pressure as much as what Monkey Hunters is doing, and they'll just decide to go for just opening up the walls and going in for the site and going in for the plant. Just a simple textbook plays, as I like to call it. It's just they're just trying to confuse Valiants in a way that Monkey Hunters might be able to find some weaknesses here and there, especially when they're on defense. So I don't know. There is a lot of speculations in which I have no idea on what's going to happen next. But I'd say that at the first match itself, expect overtime because it is 3-3. And since the map is on Oregon and Valiance on how Dip Joel's performance and also Flickshotter who's been performing really well, I'd say an overtime will be in place in the first map itself, Jack.
Well, I guess we're going to find out whether or not overtime does happen, folks, because the match itself is going to resume right now because all the players are in, they are ready, and the match itself is live, going live on the screens as well. As round 7 will be the point where we resume from. This encounter is far from over. Let us make no mistake about that. Now, that is very interesting. The site that we're getting to see here from Monkey Hunters, first floor kitchen and dining hall, is going to be the side of choice. Very, very, very out of left field, I would say. Not unexpected from Monkey Hunters' side. Like you said, they want to, do some surprise maneuvers, maybe put Valiance under pressure, and that seems to be the case here. And going first floor kitchen dining at that would certainly put them
Attackers
off,
need to locate and defuse
off
bombs.
their footing, initially speaking. But then, you look at that Valiance team, the operators that they're bringing, the operator loadout that they have, the Maverick, the Sledge, the Nomad, the Thermite, of course. You always want a Thermite for Oregon. Any hard breacher, really. And then, of course, the Lion. That's the one I'm really looking at. Dibjil with the Lion is going to be a very, very deciding operator here. If he stays alive and his team is in a very good clutch, very good position, that they've basically clutched up the round for themselves, then yeah, it will be great for
5
them.
seconds remaining.
And weirdly enough, Flickshutter has asked for a pause after the round. Plenty of
Attackers are
pause
moving out to
requests
locate
and,
a bomb and defuse.
V-host requests flying out today, but that is to be expected. Technical issues do happen, and we need to take care of them as soon as possible and get the players back to their comfort zone for the rest of this game. But enough about that. We're just going to have some droning coming in from the side of Valiant. Now on the attack, of course, on Oregon, they're going to take some time, to learn how the defenses are being set up and how Monkey Hunters are playing around their own utilities and their own operators. And it seems to me that there's going to be plenty of verticality involved. As you can see, Beat is setting up some towards the security room, towards the rotate, looking up into the bedroom, the dorms area, on second floor. We do have a couple of operators up there as well. I believe it's Sandy and Rattler who are here, and they're going to be the ones using this verticality to their advantage. But Hypertish is coming in. He's got a drone following him as well. But it seems like the drone that, I believe that's Flickshotter on the Thermite, is experiencing a few issues right there. I think that's why the pause was requested. It's going to be like a quick disconnect, reconnect for that person right there. But the Lion scan comes up. Here we go. Dibjo's pushing up aggressively. So is the rest of Aliens. They know that there's 2 up here at least, and they know that they want them gone as the Thermite breach will come in slowly but surely. Drone comes out, but no, Rattler's going to find one instead. The grenade didn't come in time, and that's going to be Hypertissue off the board. Big first drop for the side of the Valiants as they take down the Sledge.
Well, and with it, we will see Sandy almost providing cover for Rattler as the flashbangs will come in to try to blind one of the opposition team. Unfortunately, it won't work out, but the breach will happen, and so does the EE1D. Another kill comes in from Jetri. There goes Flickshot at a 5v3. The push comes in. The knife from Tsushima fails as Rattler comes in with the M5 shotgun for the confirmation. And
Oh
here comes
boy.
Barco taking out Dibjol, and with it, Nippon. Poor guy. He is all by himself in towards the roof. What can he do? He could just rappel in, gain an entry right towards the master bedroom entrance. But once he's in, he doesn't have any information. Although, even if he does get a single kill, that information will be relayed to his teammates. Now, Nippon has already revealed his positioning. The push will come in from Rattler. Again, a pre-play C4. Not going to work out, but Sandy will come in at the right time. And there you have it. Flawless round for Monkey Hunters on first floor kitchen and dining. Boy, Valiance. Talk about that, talk about round 7. They were prepped for a push on second floor Kids Tom's hold, and quite unfortunate enough, not being able to expect Rattler on second floor Kids Tom's main hall, did claim not just one but two players, which was the Thermite who was slowly making his way, and Sandy was there with the cover. Although some good holds coming in from Monkey Hunters, and talking about Valiance, they just I believe that they had a bit of a problem right around there. I mean, they even had the grenade to make sure that Rattler shouldn't go in for that peak, and yet he made that specific risk. Rattler took the risk, he gets the kill, and he falls back at the right time when the grenade exploded. So that huge risk literally shook Valiance off, and they had no idea on how to counter that.
I mean, that does seem to be the case, folks. All things considered, just a huge round for Monkey Hunters to start off on. I mean, you start with a round like that on the defense, you are looking at good things and good things only going forward from there. That's going to be their lead as well, 4-3 now going into the eighth round. But of course, as you can see, we had to take a quick little bit of a breather from the game once again. Flickshotter doesn't seem to have resolved his issues just yet, so the pause will, extend for a little while longer, but hopefully not too long. Hopefully not longer than 3-4 minutes, and after that we'll be right back with the game itself. But just to talk a little bit more about that round, all I was seeing from the side of Aliens was they were hyper focused on getting like clearance on that security hallway, the white stairs hallway, and of course
Mhm.
second floor. But unfortunately they all were just sort of funneling themselves in from that same angle, that same position. I didn't see anybody trying to go tower. I didn't see anybody trying to come in from the double window. It was mostly from bedroom closet on second floor. And of course, we had a couple of players down below by white stairs. That was an attempted, flank route, potentially speaking, but they weren't really watching for anybody holding from the kitchen door, right? The kitchen hallway door. And, well, that proved to be their downfall. So, yeah, all things considered, not the best round for Valiance on attack, especially on the map of Oregon. You need to have multiple people on multiple sides really pinching down an operator or two, especially for your roamers who are, relatively close to sight. Uh, Otherwise, you're just not going to get them. It's just as simple as that. So, all things considered, a good round for the set of Monkey Hunters to start off on. And that right there is, it was even like they were relaxed in that as well. They weren't really, running around all over the place or pushing themselves too hard. No, they were fairly relaxed in the in that encounter right there. And that, of course, allowed them to give themselves the round itself. So, one more round, maybe, and we're looking at a 5-3 potentially for Monkey Hunters. Again, it depends on how the second half goes, right? Round 7 onwards, if we have, say, like a 3-1 or a 4-1, however many rounds remain for Monkey Hunters, right? Only one round taken by Valiance and everything else from Monkey Hunters, then it will have been dominant at the end of it all, and that would mean that we may not even have map 3. But if we end up going like a 7-5 or even 8-6, 8-7 with OT involved, right towards the end of the map itself, then map 3 becomes a big part of this match. Because again, say Monkey Hunters lose this map, they lose Oregon, right? It's Valiant's pick, they end up winning it, and we have to go into Clubhouse with Monkey Hunters 0-1 down. They will try and win Clubhouse, and if they're able to, then they'll be giving it their all on Cafe, because again, 1-1 and everything's on the line, right? Everything of this map is on the line. A spot on the finals is on the line, and a big share potentially of that prize pool is on the line as well. For the loser, of course, it will mean getting eliminated, but do not fret because the Challenger Series, the AMD Challenger Series, will be starting up right after this tournament, in fact. So, you can always head on over and register there. Links are on social media, on the Esports Club Discord, and I believe they should be in the description as well. And with that, I can see on my end right here that Flickshutter has come back, and I believe we have the ready confirmation, question mark. Yes, we do. The timer has been unpaused, so let us head back right into the match as round 8 comes to our screens. Baba?
I just realized I forgot to unmute my Discord. Yes, this is.
Well then.
I mean, it's more of like a gag reel at this point, you know. Me every time forgetting to mute, especially on certain times I have to, and there are some certain places where I had to mute, but sometimes it gets unmuted. Like I have like my level of forgetness is on the roof, and also forgetness is actually not a word. It's well, anyways, as we proceed to round 8, 4-3, Monkey Hunters in the lead. Talking about round 8, the site for Monkey Hunters to be defending will be none other than Basement Laundry and Supply Room. With a bit of a twist, though, we will see Jittery bring in the Clash. Interesting, and we will see Sparko bring back his main, the Castle, with a UMP and an armor panel, which gives much more of a cover for the defenders. But how will Valiance do, how will Valiance figure this one out, though, is the biggest question for me. We will see Flickshutter bring back the Thermite this time. It's pretty rare to see Thermite being brought up, because most of the time you either see a Hibana or an Ace being brought up. But Thermite has its own fair use because of his exothermic charge, which can blow up both of the walls, especially if the site was on second floor kids. But being the site on Basement Laundry, and I believe this is an extended room coming in from Monkey Hunters, Beat, I believe, is the only player who is defending the Basement Laundry. Interestingly enough, not a single player is in towards the boiler's room, and Melusi, I believe, who was on second floor, is currently holding that specific angle. Now, Dibjol, he clearly knows that, and he will make that decision to push in and maybe try to eliminate Beat so that he can get the access on towards the site. Quicker, easier said than done, and also the diffuser still in the hands of Nippon, but here comes Jittery to the rescue, making sure that the push will not happen. And here comes the Sing and a shotgun with the head as Beat comes in to take out Dibjol. That is what I call teamwork from Monkey Hunters. All they need was information, and Jittery made it happen. There goes the first player on the side of Valiance, and now they are facing a bit of a heat on the side of Monkey Hunters. Not going too well, especially on a site like Basement Laundry, not even mention losing the previous round on first floor kitchen and dining. They have to make a play. And who would it be better than Tsukushima Goat himself? Also keep that in mind, there is a bulletproof cam on kitchen which gives them good amount of information here. As Sandy comes in, yet another kill, and here goes Hyper Tushy. Again, a huge amount of battles there going in towards the meeting hall as Tsukushima Goat is so low on HP, but Sandy is thinking of confronting him once more. I really don't think that it is a good idea, because if Tsukushima Goat gets that kill, actually it's not, because Sparko comes in at the right time with the MP to take him out, and with that, Valiants are in big trouble. Nippon, right time to take out Sandy, but I believe the damage has been done. And talking about time, in a total of 45 seconds, Team Valiants needs to figure out a way to not only get the access on towards the side, but also plant on default.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of time remaining and not a whole lot of room for Nippon and Flickshutter to really move around here. There's not much wriggle room at all, as they are just trying to get themselves in a position where they can do something about what they found themselves in. That was a smoke from the Thermite right there, potentially trying to distract the operatives of Monkey Hunters. Will that work, though? Thermite does go off, and he's actually going to push straight in. Pre-fires right on one, gets one. Can he get one more? The Kaid, wait a minute, is low on HP. He's chasing, but is that the right idea? No, it's not. Rattler's going to take him down anyway, and now it's all down to the Maverick. He gets one, but there's no time. No time for the man with the diffuser, but he had to go for it because, of course, getting back in there and getting a safe site to plant might not have been possible with the clash still around. And not to mention, of course, the other defender who was still in play. Oh dear me, that could have been so much better done from the side of Valiance. The whole round could have been better. Really, it was just a fantastic attempt from Flickshutter and Nippon, but it was not to be. As we are now 5-3 up, Monkey Hunters in these first two rounds post rehost have been strong, quite strong. Can Valiance get back up on their feet?
Attackers need to locate and defuse.
Well,
You did it again, didn't you?
actually, no. I was actually having a. I was
Hmm?
actually drinking water, so yeah.
Oh, you
I
were?
had to.
Oh.
Yeah, I was. Well,
No,
I
like,
won't do
it
the
just-
same mistake
it
twice.
happens. It happens so often. Is like I genuinely thought you forgot to unmute yourself.
Yeah,
again.
I know. I'm just growing old, Jax. Don't worry about it.
You're 22.
Yeah, I'm 22.
Yeah, so am I. We're not that old.
Anywho, as we proceed to round 9, 5-3, Monkey Hunters needs one more win to get their point. On
5
match
seconds
point.
remaining.
Don't worry about it. Stay hydrated,
Attackers are
folks.
moving out.
Yep, stay hydrated, ladies and gentlemen, because hydration is the key to success, and that even includes the player who are playing right now. So, talking about action phase, Valiance needs to recover this round, or else Monkey Hunters is on the verge of winning their first map, and that too. This is Valiance's pick. So if Valiance lose this round, there is high likely a chance for Monkey Hunters to be winning the second map as well. So you shouldn't be, giving an easy opportunity for Monkey Hunters to win this specific site on map Oregon. So they really have to figure out a way here. And what better way could it be is to winning second for Kids Doms. And I think the reason why Monkey Hunters have decided to pick this, pick this side on last is never mind.
Oh,
Jittery comes in with the first kill, Hypertushi goes down, there comes the early kill for Monkey Hunters, and Valiance is, Valiance is currently being pressured around here. They don't know what to do, they don't know how to act. And knowing that's Hypertushi taken care of, a total of 2 grenades which could be used to try to take out some important utilities won't be available, and they have to rely upon Ash's breaching charge, which in fact is not a good idea. And talk about Valiance though, Tsushima Goat, who is already in towards the dining room, he's a bit worried because the attackers currently is still droning it out. They just need proper information, and that information will be relayed knowing that Malusi is still in towards kitchen, and now they will making for that push. Dipjol, good peek. He will get that information knowing that Jittery is holding that angle, and now they need to figure out a way. But how well could it be is the biggest question. I believe that is one of the breaches being made, or maybe a frag grenade being thrown out from the Maverick. But talk about time though. Monkey Hunters, they are just patiently waiting. But I really don't think Valiant should be waiting as well because they need to get this. They need to get at least 2 picks around here from Monkey Hunters. And looks like that will be the chance here. Dipjol gets one, Sandy gets the other, Nippon goes down, and now the Ash needs to get this refrag. A lot of damage is being dealt around, and he doesn't have any information as of now. Beats, Sparko does God's work. Dipjol and Tsushima goes down, and with it, Flick Shudder. Poor man, again, a last man standing, and now he needs to find 4 players on the side of Monkey Hunters. Keep that in mind. The weapon that Flickshotter is carrying may have the potential to clutch a 1v4. He just needs information. The runout comes in from Sandy, trying to figure out a way on where exactly Thermite is. And there you have it. A beautiful headshot from Sandy's to take out Flickshotter. And with it, we will see Monkey Hunter on match point 6-3 as we proceed to round 10. Map point is in for Monkey Hunters. Will it happen or will Valiant steal it out? Let's find out in this map.
This is exactly what I was talking about not too long ago, right? The fact that on the other side of on the other side of the rehost, on the other side of roll swap, Monkey Hunters have looked good. They have looked very, very good, and that too, they're not really extending too far off of the standard stuff that we've seen them do. Valiance on the other side, they're really all over the place. I'm not really sure what happened in that Rios and that pause, but they are simply not able to perform up to the level that we were seeing when they were on defense. They couldn't
Defenders,
take
protect your
advantage of
bombs from
moments
being
where
defused by
you'd have thought
attackers.
they'd be able to gunfight selection, where the push would be happening, their overall strategies and breaches and all that has been a
Attackers
little
have discovered the
questionable
location of a
at
bomb.
times on the attacker side, and not really sure why, given Monkey Hunters overall were doing pretty well on attack. Again, 3-3 on Oregon, going into defense is a very, very good performance compared to the fact that most of the time you see teams going 4-2 or even forbid 5-1 in certain
10
matchups that we've
seconds to
seen before.
insertion.
So yeah, the fact that Valiance did manage to hold
5
through
seconds remaining.
on defense was good, but I think Monkey Hunters' performance should have been the one that
Attackers
we
are
should have
moving to
focused
defuse
on
the bomb.
earlier, because defense first is one thing.
A bomb
Defense
has been
second,
located.
coming in from 3-3 on attack first half is always a very good thing to have, and a very good situation to create for yourselves. They've drilled with the Nook this time around. Interesting operator choice from our Valiance player right here, going all the way downstairs as well. Basement push seems to be the idea from his end, but oh, that's gonna be a peek and a shot. Rattler does take Nippon down to very low HP, but the kill hasn't quite been confirmed. Habitation, meanwhile, is low, but no, Rattler went for the peek. Didn't know that the H was prone, and he'll be the first one down as the Nook, in the meanwhile, makes headway towards site. Nippon solo on HP, but thanks to Tsukushima and a little bit of clever positioning, has managed to save himself the trouble of getting eliminated. Now, he's going to need the Monty's help again to try and get the Melusi out of there. And that, of course, is Sandy. Mind you, Sandy is an insanely tough opponent to go up against for the side of the Valiants. They will need him gone as soon as possible, but Jittery is here. The glass is gone, but there's the refrag. Nippon doing work right now. Hold up. This Ace does not care that he's low on HP. He's still going to go and get him as much as he can. 3 versus 4. Valiants are at an advantage, but wait a minute, Dibs will try to go in, but unfortunately, I don't think he was able to. Nippon in the middle has been down, but Tsukushima, shield up, and he'll find one more as Dibjol does find another one inside a side. Beat finds him. Finally, the Nook goes down, but the revive will come in onto the downed Nippon. And that will simply mean that side push can actually happen. And the Monty's there for, of course, any flank watch. But wait a minute, he's gone as well. They've all evacuated second floor bedrooms and dorms, and they're going towards a push from the dining room instead. To the dining room, excuse me. Instead, oh boy. Oh boy. Early to mid round, not that good from the set of Monkey Hunters. Seems like Valiant still have a lot more fight left in them.
Well, not that much more to say because Beat very low on HP and he needs to deal with 1 shield operator and 2 angry attackers, slowly making their way towards the side and also going in for the plant as well. Flick shot this time, going in for the default plant, and Nippon comes in with a 3k in just 10 HP. He's going to give the win for Valiance, winning first floor kitchen and dining. Man, talk about Tsukushima Goat. Just give him a shield and he'll just deliver wins, Jack. I mean, that is what Tsukushima Goat is an expert at. I mean, most of the time, yes, he would, bring in Blitz to ruin everybody's day, but also the Montaigne is also the best thing that you'd expect from Tsukushima Goat. So a job well done for him, and a huge appreciation to Nippon though, because at the beginning, he almost missed the opportunity for a wall bang to take out Rattler, but somehow things went south and Nippon starts to get 3 kills in 10 HP. That is very hard to succeed. That is really hard to succeed, and Nippon just delivers it like that. And also, knowing that Beat was the last man standing, all they had to do was to
Attackers
just
need to
go in for the
locate and
plant, and
defuse
they
the
did
bomb.
exactly that. Valiance did exactly that. I mean, if you'd see most of the teams, they would just immediately rush in towards the side or maybe try to find the last player, even though they have so much amount of time. But prioritizing the main thing for an attacker, which is forcing the defenders to go for a post plant, is the best thing that you do for the attacker wise, and Valiance did exactly that. The only difference though is a difference, and mainly their main focus is how do they take care of the main players on Monkey Hunters,
10
especially
seconds
Jittery,
remaining.
Sandy, and Rattler? Because these three players are making a
5
hell
seconds
of
left
a
before insertion.
nuisance for Valiants to deal with. Because most of the time, you either see a huge early kill coming in
To
from them,
locate
and
bomb
when
and
Monkey
defuse it.
Hunters gets the early kill, it's all gone for Valiants. They don't know what to do. They don't know what to even react at this point. And now, Monkey Hunters, there are some certain places where they go aggressive, and if they try to counter that aggression, then maybe we might see Valiants, push themselves back on a 6-5.
There's definitely a chance the ADS will find two of Nippon's Salmas right there. Oh boy, unfortunate for the ace. And wait a minute, I don't think the Salma actually found the shield still. Sparko still has his shield up, and the ADSs will, of course, refresh very, very soon, which means he can just sit here behind all of this utility with the Monty in front of his face without issue. As looks like it was a C. His C4 is also gone, mind you. You can look at it in the utilities portion. He doesn't have a C4, and okay, so it's a mute jammer. All right, I didn't actually, connect two and two there. The mute jammer is what's stopping the Selma from going off, and that, of course, means the shield can still stay. Tsukishima is just basically sitting here and trying to give them a little bit of, info, a little bit of intel that, like, okay, this is where two of these ops are. You can use this to your advantage, and that is what the rest of Valiants have to do. They basically have to have somebody behind Tsukishima to see if any of the attackers make a mistake. And Hyper Tushy nearly got taken down right there. Jittery nearly had that kill, but not quite. You can see the Monty struggling, as so is Nippon. He tried to push up, but then again, he got caught by a few of the bullets of the Malusi, as the beat will find one more. And that's the Chill of the board. Hyper Tushy of the board as well. Sandy finds that. Nippon finds one more. Nippon gets found, by one more. Flickshotter does find one, but then Tsukishima gets taken down, and it's all up to Flickshotter, the Thermite on tower. Will he find one more? Yes, he does. A little bit too forward thinking right there. Rattler decided to go for the kill and got caught instead. 1v3. Meeting Hatch going for the breach right now. Flickshotter, but he might try to use that as a distraction and go from laundry. Seems like that is actually the plan, but the door is barricaded. He's gonna have to open this, which means noise, which means his position is given away. That, of course, will not help him in the slightest. The situation that Valiants finds themselves in, thanks to Monkey Hunters just being just placing themselves a little bit more forward than usual, a little bit farther ahead than you would think. And then suddenly, everything changes. Shots are fired once again, but that is still from the Thermite at the main stairs. Beat goes out into his SMG-11. Marks are going to come in as the smoke does come out as well. But does Flickshutter know that there is the mute right here? No, he doesn't, but Jittery will actually be the one to take the kill from Freezer. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be the first map. Oregon decided and finished off. And your winners for map 1 are Monkey Hunters LFO, who will go very, very well, not very, very, but quite dominantly, especially on the second half, to the victory. Very interesting right here, as Valiants, unfortunately, on the attack on Oregon, on their own map at that, collapsed pretty much entirely. And we didn't really get to see much of them on the attack, other than a few, moments where where it seemed like, they might just have something, or that one round that they did win on kitchen dining. That was basically Monkey Hunter's round to give away, and well, they did lose that. It didn't necessarily matter because basement is just such a strong defender site. Monkey Hunters took full advantage of that, took them down, and they will go 1-0 up in the map advantage going into the second map. Clubhouse will certainly be quite interesting because well, it's Clubhouse and it is a pick from the side of Monkey Hunters. This was the Valiance pick that we just played. So Clubhouse will certainly make for a very interesting game, folks. I can assure you of that.
Yeah, I totally have to agree with that, Jack. And talk about Monkey Hunters though on second half, especially when they're especially when they're picking the site. It's always quite the opposite, and also we'll get to take a look at that in the highlights as well. In the first half, we see Valiants pick up the similar, a similar pattern on defensive side. Second floor kids was the first, basement laundry was the second, and then third, if they did succeed both of those sides, they would have gone to first floor kitchen and dining. The same thing Monkey Hunters did the exact opposite. They first pick on first floor kitchen and dining, then they went in on basement laundry, and then at the end they picked second floor kids' dorms. Now this did confused Valiance a bit, and because technically the way how it was going as a first, I mean, in the first half Monkey Hunters was just trying to pressure Valiance. Sometimes it did work, sometimes it did not, and Tsushima Goat was just making some god tier plays. I'm not gonna lie, the amount of information that Tsushima Goat had, and Flick Shotter making denying that rush from Monkey Hunters was really good. But there were some certain instances where Jittery also made that amazing 1v3 clutch in his end, in his hand as well. And talk about Valiance. Second half really wasn't their good day at all, and they didn't had any other idea on how to counter it, especially not being able to eliminate Jittery or Rattler. Not even mention the early kill was on Monkey Hunter's side. So whenever you see, especially on the mid rounds or even at the early rounds, you always see a man down on the side of Valiance, and that wasn't good at all. So the only thing that I can say to Valiance is try to watch your backs, maybe try to eliminate some of the important information games coming in from Monkey Hunter side. I mean, talk about an information game they didn't had, they did not even bring up Valkyrie at this time. It was just a simple hold from the defenders, and they were just waiting for the attackers to push in towards the building. And talk about Tsushima Goat, evacuate the city, engage all defenses, and just gives Tsushima Goat the shield, and he'll just deliver that. I mean, amazing gameplay coming in from him, playing as the Montaigne on the previous round, but unfortunately, that was the only round this Tsushima Goat had to perform. And we all know what exactly happened in the second half. Monkey Hunters got themselves in a very beautiful lead, but we still have one more map to go. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we still have one more map to go, and that would be Clubhouse. A very interesting map, and also one of the most picked maps on the history of Rainbow Six Siege. So I would say the ball's in court in either of these teams. Maybe, if Valiance do have a chance to make a comeback, unless and until Monkey Hunters specifically pick this map so that they are confident enough to eliminate Valiance. But what do you think, Jack, since, Valiance are down on map one?
Well, Valiance, as you said, Baba, the ball is in their court, and we will, of course, find out whether or not they're able to make use of that, score themselves a little point here, and push to map three. But, of course, we'll find that out after a quick break before we come back with Clubhouse map two. Until then, stay tuned, folks. Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Lenovo plus AMD The Rising in association with Vijay Sales. Here with your hosts, Blackjack and Baba Gusta, as we are here at the Esports Club for this beautiful Rainbow Six Siege tournament, hitting its first semi-final, map number 2. Because we just had map 1 on the map of Oregon, and that was a victory for Monkey Hunter 7-4. That also, coincidentally, was the map pick of the Valiants. So, this one, Clubhouse, that we'll be going into right now, in fact, is the map of Monkey Hunters. They're going to be on defense first, so let's jump right into the game here and now. And let us see what both sides have to show for their efforts, for their their practice, what they're here for. And they want to win because a spot in the grand finals and a big chunk of that prize pool is up for grabs. Band phase, of course, has begun, and Monkey Hunters will start off with the Thatcher band, staying consistent. I like that for themselves right now. And of course, it is Clubhouse after all. Thatcher bans are to be expected on this map, more so than Oregon, even, I'd say, even though on Oregon, Thatcher is just as powerful. But Clubhouse, he holds a special place in everyone's hearts. Iana will be banned on the other side from the side of the Valiants. Interestingly enough, they did ban Iana in map 1, and there were a bunch of reasons why, the Gon 6, the grenades, the ARX/G36, and of course, her Gemini replicators and drones. Plenty of intel and plenty of good stuff that can be done with that operator. But conversely, you have to think maybe banning Zofia would be good for Valiants because they have been getting hit hard by Monkey Hunter's Zofia. And, well, whether it's Jittery or Sandy, they can make the Polish attacker work very, very well. Mute will be banned from the side of the Valiants as well. Another good ban and a very integral ban, all things considered, as Wamai will be banned from the side of Monkey Hunters as well. As going back to that Mute ban right there, very interesting. Mute is very, very, integral to a lot of plans when it comes to Oregon. When it comes to, well, Oregon, yes, but Clubhouse, the map of choice right now. The SSG roam strat on second floor. There's a bunch of things you can do when you have mute jammers in play, bunch of rooms you can hold, bunch of reinforcements that cannot be broken or angles that can't be droned, and a whole lot of things that can be done with mute in play. But without him, it will be a little bit more difficult for the side of the defense. Speaking of which, let us have a look at both the rosters that are here in the lobby for us today. From the side of the Valiants, we've got Nippon, Tsukushima, Flickshotter, Dibjol, and Hypertishi. And from the side of Monkey Hunters, we've got Sparko, Rattler, Jittery, Beat, and Sandy. And after having, rattled off all of their names, I have to think, why did I go into that again? We did do this for the beginning of the match, but now more of a force of habit, I guess. It is what it is, folks. Anyhow, round 1 has begun, and it is on Basement Church and Arsenal Room from the side of Monkey Hunters, but you can see that there will be setups all the way up top. Seems like there will be a little bit of an extended roam strategy, but it has to be modified accordingly to, compensate for the mute ban, and also no Mozzie I'm seeing right here from them. So it might not be as heavy as, and no castle either, so it definitely won't be as heavy as the extended roam strat tends to be, but there will be some presence above, probably Jittery, probably, Rattler. I don't see the Kaid being above Beat, that is, but who knows? Knowing Monkey Hunters, they can certainly have unexpected operators in unexpected positions as action phase goes through and the match itself has begun. Wait a minute, that's a rush from Dirt. Is Dirt completely unreinforced? Yes, it is. There's 3 operators going through here right now as the signal has been given away, but wait a minute, Dibjo's already in. He's gonna find one. That's Beat on the board. No, big oversight, but Sparkle comes in to take one down. That's Dibjo with the refrag. Jittery comes in with 2. Nippon and Hypertish are off the board, and a rush has failed. Diffuser has been dropped, and all of a sudden, Monkey Hunters have a big up on their hands right now. Flickshotter does find Sandy in the meanwhile, trying to equalize the situation just a little bit more. But between him and Tsukushima, it will be difficult. Again, diffusers inside of sight. Even if they have plenty of time, they have to go through an Echo, a Melusi, and a Valkyrie, all with every single piece of their utility still intact. Flickshotter in towards the church area. There we go. Aggressive peek from Jittery to get his triple. Can he get the last one inside of Dirt? No, it'll be Rattler to claim Tsukushima. And that will be the first round already done and dusted from Monkey Hunters and the Valiants. An attempted rush and a quick one at that. But unfortunately for Valiants, they did not count on Monkey Hunters coming back to site at just about the moment they made their entry. Dibjol did catch one, but unfortunately, everybody else reported in as soon as possible. And for the Valiants, it was too soon for them to get a grip inside of sight. Round one already done, and I didn't even get to pass off the mic to Bob. I do apologize for that one, but the action, oh boy, that was a speedy one. Round two is underway, and I have definitely kept the man for the mic long enough. Baba Gusta, take it away.
Thank you for that, Jack. And talking about the first round, it's very weird to see
Attackers need to
Dibjol,
locate and
bringing in the
defuse
Kali, and that too, especially when they went in for that rush. He was the first one to took the initiative, taking out the Kite first, and then next thing you know, Jittery came in with an amazing recovery, denying that aggressive push, and led Valiants speechless. Just like how, speechless I was when, you know, yeah, I'm actually speechless right now. So it was very, confusing on what exactly happened from Valiants this time. Although, yes, they did get that early kill. They even,
10 seconds left
they,
before
one player was in towards K9 position, one was pushing towards Arsenal
5
Room,
seconds
and then
left
Jittery
before
just
insertion.
eliminated all three of them. It's like they lined up perfectly for Jittery to
Attackers are
get
moving
those
out to
amazing
locate
kills.
bomb and
And I
defuse it.
believe that Valiants, not a really good start, to be honest, especially on a side like Basement Church. They know they had that opportunity, but this time, with Hypertushi getting that early kill, taking off Sandy, might prove otherwise. And I believe that was the Valk who was trying to, throw the cameras. Sorry for that. The Valkyrie throwing off the cameras to give some information, but unfortunately it was too late. One of the attackers got caught of that situation and eliminated her immediately. Looks like Hypertushi will be happy that he will get the early kill, but that's the problem here, because most of the rounds we saw from Valiants when they were on attack on the previous rounds, Monkey Hunters made a multiple amounts of recoveries, a 2v3 sometimes a 2v4. The only thing that worries me right now is that even with that man-con advantage that Valiance has right now, it's always that execution phase where Monkey Hunter exceeds. And talking about Jittery, who is still alive, going so aggressive from that hatch, really needs to be careful. He has to fall back because there is two players who is holding that angle at the same time. As the nade comes in to give them the confirmation, it will explode, but to no avail, as the Twitch's shock room will give them the information. Jittery is in big trouble, and there you have it. The information will prove to succeed as Fushima Goat will take out Jittery thanks to the F2 assault rifle. Looks like the Kali will spot out Sparko as well. In towards Garage Catwalk, he will survive for now, but he needs to get the hell out of dodge, or maybe go in for an aggressive run out, in which he's doing exactly that. Here comes Hypertushi with the double kill, sees the Claymore, he removes it, and now he just needs to focus on getting the head off from the Kali. Sees the head, but no, he will fail, as the sniper gets 2 kills from that. Beat, and Sparko goes down, and looks like Team Valiance will make an amazing recovery from that previous round. And looks like an equalizer will come in play 1-1 as we proceed to round 3. The site will be on second floor CCTV once again, and looks like Monkey Hunters really needs to be careful of Kali sniper rifle.
Yeah, definitely. A little bit of a weird round, that one, from the side of Monkey Hunters, I will admit. But Valiants, excuse me, right there, doing good on themselves and doing really good for that matter, getting themselves around and their foot in the door, as they say, and they needed that. They absolutely needed that. After map 1 not going their way, that is, Monkey Hunters taking map 1 by
Defenders, protect your
storm,
bombs from
they
being
needed
defused by
themselves in map 2. They need this map to go their way. They need this second chance that Clubhouse could potentially grant them, but they're gonna have to work hard for it. I think there is no shortage of agreement on the fact that Monkey Hunters, right here, right now, will force Valiants to work for this win, and even then try to deny it as best as possible. And that, of course, will be Valiance's in this tournament, in the Rising. This match will probably be Valiance's biggest fight if they want to go into the next stage, the finals, folks. There's a lot on the line from both sides right here. As Monkey Hunters, excuse me, right there. As Monkey Hunters are just waiting and watching to see what they have to deal with. Again, it'll be a little phase this third round, and probably the fourth round will end up being a phase of looking and learning at what your enemies are doing for the most part, and then really just formulating counter strats and coming up with stuff on the fly on how to deal with your enemies in this situation. And that, of course, is slowly gonna take form, take shape over the course of the rest of this match. Selmas are already going off, as we can see and hear, if you will, on that main jacuzzi wall, which has been taken care of nice and quickly. Breach done. As Beat waits and watches, Jittery as well on the bathroom wall. There may yet be a peek, as they have some Valkyrie cameras as well for intel, but that is on the balcony area outside of CCTV window and the bedroom windows, gym
Bomb
bedroom
located
windows,
by
that is.
attackers.
Maybe somebody could make use of that. No, not quite yet. Beat is in a very precarious position, all things considered, seeing as he is going to be pretty much first line of defense, most likely speaking, for the side of the... Okay, then well, the defense. Interesting pre-fire right there from Rattler. Really wanted that drone on first floor for some reason. But now he's setting up a run out. Wait a minute. He wants that ball, but he can't quite get it, unfortunately. As minute 28 on the clock. But outside of that breach, I'm not seeing headway made from the Valiants.
When talking about Pete, he only has 4 bullets on the TCSG. He needs to make his shots count. And that too, he's in a very, very tough positioning. The second floor gem, he is compromised on most of the locations there. One on Jacuzzi, the other on the other spot. A good attempt from Beat, but unfortunately we will see Tsukushima Goat get a kill here. An early kill this time, taking care of Beat. Now Hypertushi, he just needs to get the control on first floor bar. That's exactly where Valkyrie is. But he needs that control on second floor gym. He will see that the head will pop out from Rattler, as he will get that information too. Sandy is in a bit of a pickle here, because he is trying to contest against Hypertushi in towards the bathroom side. Now the push needs to happen though, but here comes Jittery to save the day. Takes out Nippon 1, but Flickshore comes in with that immediate refrag while he was rappelling in towards the windows of main stairs. Now there is a lot of tensions brewing in between Monkey Hunters, because 2 of the players have gone down, and Tsukushima Goat is desperately trying to figure out a way to at least eliminate one more. And if Sandy goes out here in towards first floor kitchen, things are not going to look out too well. But look at that, Rattler with the first, Sandy with the triple kill. What just happened? And what just happened? Looks like it is a 1v1. The push will come in from the Rattler. He will sense it. He needs to go in for the push as the bailiff comes in. Takes out Hypertushi, and looks like we will see Monkey Hunters win round 3, second floor gym and bedroom. What a messy round, and what a messy nade from Sandy, eliminating his own teammate, but it was worth the risk. 2 players got caught off at the C4 blast, which made Rattler clutch that 1v1 situation. It was a desperate need of eliminating those important players, and they did exactly just that. Monkey Hunters, an amazing recovery at that, but also a messy push from Valiants, which led them the loss on round 3. But talk about round 4 though. Basement Church and Arsenal Room brings quite a lot of nightmares from the first round itself. Hopefully they won't do the same mistake again, or maybe they might go in for a proper rush this time, knowing that Dibjol is bringing in the Aruni's Garab.
Well, then things might just kick itself into high gear right here, folks. Dibjol with the Amaru is one to watch out for. Although the site itself is basement, so any windows he jumps in through are just going to be first floor, maybe second floor windows, if he wants to do roam clear first. But yeah, things will definitely kick themselves into high gear as soon as he does. And that G8 on the Amaru, always so deadly. But I have to say, like you mentioned, Baba, that previous round on Gym Bedroom, so messy from both sides. Really, it was interesting, shall we say. Definitely gave me a few moments where I was just thinking, like, what is happening? But yeah, overall, a very messy round from both sides. Hopefully they can clean up the act just a little bit. Who knows, maybe the break between maps gave them a little bit to think about, and Monkey Hunters just decided, all right, you know what, just for a round or two, let's let go and see where we go from there because of that. And I think that is the phase that they are in right now. Maybe that's set to change in round 4. maybe round 5 or 6. We'll see as time goes on. Sandy on second floor right now, just, moving around between logistics and the logistics and construction, of course, as Rattler's going to see a drone. Did he take out that drone? I don't think he did. He's still shooting away, but no, the drone is surviving, giving him quite the run for his money right there. Rattler's been, he's been at it. He's been at it with the chasing drones all over the place. But Sandy, in the meanwhile, is going to hear those Ibanez Excaris pellets go off, but it can't do much about it. Not just yet, but Flick Shotter will go down. That is to Jittery. And that is one off the board. A big one indeed. Jittery is up for 2, but can he get it? No, not quite. Damage is done, and that is Dibzil as well. The Amaru, half HP now, as Jittery will fall back, letting Sandy take care of this operator. Maybe it's Sandy, maybe it's Rattler. Could be either one, really. Valcams are available as Hypertissue makes his way towards construction. Look at this. Valiants really want the roamers gone, right? They really, really want these roamers gone. But with the drones, with the cams in place, Monkey Hunters are effectively taking them for a loop right now. They know what these operators want. They know what their enemies want, and they're just dangling it in front of them, saying, all right, it's right here. Come on, get it. But unfortunately for them, the rope just gets shorter and shorter, eventually leading to inside a site, as we can see. Monkey Hunters have already retreated to site and given themselves plenty of room to work with. Unfortunately, time has been wasted from the side of the Valiants.
Not a good way for Valiants to be losing time like that. Not to mention Flick Shotter already been taken care of at the hands of Jittery, and now they are facing so much problems. The pressure is too much for Valiants to handle. They have to make that execute. Looks like Tsushima Goat will take that initiation. Now he will take out the Echo's Yokai drone, giving the information saying that one is already near the site. They have to take care of that situation. Look at Jittery. Well, what a beautiful pre-fire there through the wall. It's going to take out Nippon, but Hypertushi is still alive, taking out Rattler. But for how long? Triple kill for Jittery. Can he get the quad? Yes, he does. Jittery with the quad kill. As we will see Monkey Hunters win round 4, Basement Church and Arsenal Room. And looks like Jittery is just bringing in the pain train for Valiants, not even giving an inch on both attack and as even on defense. Even on the previous round, he's just continuing the carnage. But Valiants, they need to step up. They need to figure out a way here. And the amount of how time has been wasted around, Valiants need to figure out a way to get to the site as fast as possible. Maybe if they try to focus their way on eliminating the players to the site and then head in, it would be a good way to force it would be a good way to force Monkey Hunters on post plant situation, because that is the only way that I can see through.
Attackers
They
need to
have
locate
to
and defuse
force Monkey
bombs.
Hunters on post plant so that they have no idea on how to counter it. Although that's the main problem though, because Jittery and Sandy is just making one huge nightmare for Valiants, because they are not even letting them get inside the building at the beginning. Second, they are forcing Valiants to waste their time onto trying to eliminate the roamers, and that is costing Valiants a lot. Not even mention, they still have 2 more rounds to go, and if this happens, then we'll be seeing Monkey Hunters on 5-1.
This is definitely not a good situation to be in if you are a Valiants fan, folks, because 1-3 down in this map on Clubhouse and 1-0 down on the map count. Monkey Hunters are looking very good for their victory right here, but there's still a ways to go. 4 more rounds straight if they want to be done with this as soon as possible. And of course, there's always the fact that Valiants might just have a bit more fight left in them. That will be what we need to watch out for. But is that a bit of a runner that we're seeing from Monkey Hunters, from one of the Monkey Hunters right there on Garage Door? I think it was. Excuse me, right there. If we could go back to that somehow. Yeah, there we go. Hypertissue is actually watching that right now. But whoever it was breaking down that door has fallen back since. Could have been Sandy. I think it was actually Sandy, or it could have been Sparko, really. Either one of those folks have a tendency to do the jumps. But Jittery, wait a minute. He's got a bit of a breach here on the window of Jim, and he's looking out, trying to find one. Sparko, in the meanwhile, is very low on HP. He has been taking damage, but no, he'll be the one to find Hyperdition, and is still alive somehow. Dipjol goes down. Rattler will take that. How is this happening? How is Sparko still allowed to sit on top of Garage? Something's up as Beat will take a flashbang to the face, but he is still alive. Rattler finds one more. That's Frick shot on the board, but Nippon comes in to find one. That's Sparko down. Finally, one of the board. Finally, Garage, taken away from the side of Monkey Hunters, but 2 versus 4. Some would say that's a little late to get that kill.
Not even mention, little late to even get the control on Garage Catwalk here, Jack, because Kushima Court, man, he's all alone. He doesn't even have cover, or maybe even going for a trade too. And looks like Nippon is trying to join in, maybe try to, force or, make cover for an angle this time. Having that diffuser in hand and Beat missing that opportunity will give Kushima Goat yet another chance. And having that minute left,
Bomb
I
located
really
by
don't think
attackers.
that Valiants have a chance, or they really don't have a chance because you still have 2 C4s from Monkey Hunters. They are just waiting for them to go for the plant, and that's exactly what their positioning means here. The smoke grenades will come in from the Twitch, but it's a little too late, as I call it, because there you go. The Beat comes in, Nippon goes down, and with the last player will be none other than Tsukushima Goat. He will get one. Can he get a second? No, it does not. Beat comes in the end, takes out Tsukushima Goat, and looks like this is Monkey Hunters round once again, ladies and gentlemen. Round 5 goes to them. CCTV and cash goes to the favor of Team Monkey Hunters, and with it we will proceed to round 6, being the site on second floor, gym and bedroom. Not a good start for Team Valiants, and that too losing a lot of, I would say losing 4 defensive rounds and winning only 1 attack rounds is a decent one. But it would be better for Valiants if they win at least 1 more attack round to try to end the first half on 2-4. Because if you give 5-1 on Monkey Hunters, and then when you go back to the second half where Clubhouse, you still have a lot of chance, especially on the defensive side when Valiants will go in the second half.
Defenders, protect
If
your
they
bombs
just
from
get
being
at
used
least
by
1 attack round, ending the first half on 2-4, and maybe we will see Valiants make a very good comeback on the defensive side, because you've already seen how good they were on Oregon first half. They did equalize it 3-3, although Monkey Hunters were a bit aggressive. They did pressured a lot. There were some certain moments where Jittery made an unbelievable 1v3 clutches, but if you try to eliminate the clutches from Monkey Hunters on the first half on map Oregon and talk about the second half where Valiants would be on defense, there is high likely a chance where
5
Valiants
seconds left
can
before
make this a
insertion.
comeback if they make it 2-4. If they could not do
Attackers
this,
must locate
then we all
and
know that
defuse the
Monkey
bomb.
Hunters might lose 1 or 2 attack rounds, and then at the third they will quickly
Attackers have
come
dropped
back
the
up
bomb
and win that
diffuser.
specific round.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
Yeah, there's excuse me, there's still a chance for the Valiants, I should say, and I have to agree with you that there is still a possibility that they could come back from a 1-4. It's not that they haven't done it before. They have actually, and there's a good chance they might pull it off again. But just Monkey Hunters are looking so good right now. They're looking set in their ways and their momentum, and it really feels like it will be such a daunting task to even take a couple of rounds, let alone take the lead or get equalized. So yeah, all in all, I'm very interested to see how these next few rounds go. Monkey Hunters have simply 3 more rounds to go before going into this next the next grand finals. That is, they will be very much looking to seal the deal here and now. Now, of course, we've seen this before with Monkey Hunters, right? They've had issues with long-form games and stamina before, but it doesn't seem like that's the case today. It seems like they have been allowed to mostly be chill about how they go about this game, and we can see how much that has given them, how much room that's given them in this matchup for the time being. Right now, there we go. Breach is coming in slowly but surely. Some stuff is being done. Whoa, that Flores drone was a bit of a jump scare right there, wasn't it? Gonna take out the Mira window nice and quickly. I believe Rattler will have to be a little bit more careful with his position. But still, minute 14 and the headway that is needed hasn't been made yet. They've just gotten Jacuzzi Wall done, and a little bit of work on the
Attackers bomb
CCTV
diffuser
area,
has been
but
dropped.
they haven't
Attackers
gotten
recovered the
themselves
bomb
into a
diffuser.
position where they can execute, and they are slowly running out of time.
Oh boy, Valiance, what is happening? They're wasting so much time. The RCA rotator comes in, Pete, he sees to get out!
Oh,
The
no!
rotation didn't favor Pete, and looks like Dibjol will get his first kill via the rotator. Oh no, not good for Monkey Hunters. The only thing which is good for them right now is the minute left, 30 seconds left, and we will see Rattler get his kill as well. Tsushima's down, even with the diffuser, which means there will be one more player who is slowly bouncing his way into a second floor gym, but that gets denied as well in the hands of Rattler. There goes Flick Shotter. As the C4 comes in, Jittery, a beautiful shot yet again. Hypertushi goes down as well. A 2v4. It was Dibjol and Nippon, the only two operators left on the side of Team Valiance, needs to figure out a play. So currently, we will see Nippon slowly making his way in towards the construction. The entire site has been gone, and looks like Sparko and Rattler will come in yet again to get their win. And looks like it will be 5-1, the end of the first half, and looks like Monkey Hunters are in a very good spot right now. Talking about the second half with Valiance on defense, things might be a bit favorable for Team Valiance if they keep their composure, keep themselves calm, try to understand what's going on, make sure that Monkey Hunters isn't getting into your head that much, because if they do, then that means it's all over for Valiance.
That is for sure. 5-1 Monkey Hunters, one round away from getting into match point. And that is no joke, folks. It's not map point this time around. It is match point and effectively series
Attackers
point
need
if
to locate
Valiance
and
do
defuse
not
bombs.
bring themselves back. 1-5. They do have the silver lining of the fact that they are now on defense, so they can, come back and get a couple of rounds here, get the momentum at least slowly swinging their way, at the very least, stop the nearly overwhelming amount of momentum that Monkey Hunters have built up. And that is going to be so difficult for them. Here and now, they are facing one of the most uphill battles that they will have ever faced, I will say. And that is taking into consideration their stint
Attackers are
at the
moving out to
Esports
locate a
Club's
bomb and defuse it.
at the Esports Club Pro League from last year to earlier this year. Oh, Valiance. Not a good performance from them in this map so far. Clubhouse just simply has not been theirs. But who knows? There could be a change in perspective. There could be a change in performance. We will have to wait and watch, folks. Because right now we're just having a little bit of droning done. Rattler takes a bit of damage early because he's being chased. Wait a minute. Jittery's going to take damage as well. As Rattler will go down. That's Dibjol. Very aggressive. But Jittery's going to find Flick Shotter. In the meanwhile, huge drop right there. As that is your Hibana and your Legion off the board. Intel and Hard Breach off. Sparko is still alive, of course, so he can still take care of the hard breaching. So can Beat. Having the Hibana would have been nice, but no! Dibjol! Probably shouldn't have peeked, probably should have just hid towards the bathroom, but he will not. C4 goes out, but the Pulse still gets the kill. Wait a minute, Tsukishima still manages to get that shot onto Sandy, and that's going to be one more down. The situation is equalized and looks like on the defense, Valiance might have a little bit more fight in them. Jittery, no, not a good peek right there. Don't peek onto the big unit of blue from the oil pit door. He's gonna get taken down, and now it is all down to Beat and Sparko.
The only two players left on the side of Monkey Hunters. They need to figure out a way, and looks like Hypertushi has something else to say. Making a quick detour towards the stock hatch. If he gets the Maverick, then that means we will see Valiance get their first defensive win. It is a huge necessary one at that. The C4 will get blown up from Tsushima Goat, but to no avail. We will see Sparko still alive and kicking. 3v2. Time is running out. We'll see him use the Exotomi charge to open up the hatch in towards the arsenal room, potentially thinking that they will rotate at a specific spot. Although the Legion Crew Mine will give them even much more information from the main stairs. And currently, we will see Monkey Hunters having no idea on how to counter this at all. Pulse has perfect information. They know one of those players will push in towards the memorial. The push. Let's see what's going to
Drop
happen
the
from
bomb.
Sparko. He is going to lose that gunfight. Nipun gets one. Nipun gets the other, taking out both of the players. As we will see Valiance come back by winning their defensive round on Basement Church and Arsenal Room. The only difference is that they need to do it 4 more times. Not an easy way for Valiance to be, to be in a certain situation like this, but they have to win it in order to make this come back. They have to at least win this map so that we could get to see the deciders and talk about this round being the site on second floor CCTV. We will see a bit of changes in the operator specs on the side of Valiance. We have the cap can being brought up from Dipjol and also Mozzie in the hands of Tsukushima Goat. And interestingly enough, note Valkyrie hasn't been brought up here from Valiance. I believe they're trying to deny a lot of information, and this is exactly what they're
Defenders,
going to
protect your
do.
bombs
Keep that
from
in
being
mind.
defused
Mute
by
is
attackers.
still banned, and it has been banned on the side of Valiance. So the amount of information that can be gathered might get less if Tsukushima Goat's bet is placed in at the right location, or maybe eliminating them with their bullets. But talk about Monkey Hunters' drone work location, it is very good. And I actually learned one of those drone spots from Jittery where you can get so much information in towards Garage Catwalk without the defenders knowing. So we know how good Monkey Hunters' drone work locations
seconds
are, and
remaining.
also the way how their drone works out. So the Valiance
5
really
seconds
needs
left
to be
before
careful
insertion.
though. But what's going to happen is the biggest question here, Jack. Will we see
Attackers
Valiance
seconds to
make
locate
a
a bomb and
miraculous
defuse it.
play, equalizing it 5-5, or will Monkey Hunters just end things once and for all?
Yeah, there's excuse me right there. There's definitely going to be quite a lot of work to be done for the side of the Indians. Monkey Hunters, mm, yeah, I will say their first attack round definitely left a lot to be desired, but that's not to say that they can't just completely curb stomp the competition right now and be done with this match. But I don't think they want to necessarily speaking. I think they want to see how Valiants respond to that first round win that they just took and beat. Wait a minute, he's already extremely low. Was that a C4 flying his way? No, none of the C4s have been used. Maybe a spawn peek, maybe, I'm not sure, shots fired? But yeah, beat very low on HP as he will now try and get the breach started. Jittery, in the meanwhile, already positioned here up on garage storage. Blue stairs, that is watching red. As Spitzer is going to take a ton of damage, but he's going to find one, get down. Can he be taken down? No, not quite yet. But, of course, him being down is the important thing. Jittery takes a bit of damage from first floor lounge. That's the Valkyrie, I think, as Rattler will take the kill, but Dibjol comes in to find him. That's one more off the board. It seems that I said Valkyrie temporarily, but it's Dibjol doing work right now. And he finds Beat as well. Tsukushima on first floor bar. Can he find one more? Hypertishi is here as well. They are all looking for these ops, but can they find them? That is the real question. Jittery doesn't know that there's somebody on blue. He might want to turn around any second now. Otherwise, he could get taken down as soon as that push happens. He's the only one alongside Sparko who remains in the situation. He's still going to find one. There we go. That's Hypertishi off the board. 3 versus 2 at the minute 5 mark. Desperate situations, as they say, for the side of Monkey Hunter. Suddenly on the attack, they are not looking as hot as they want to. Smoke protected by the shield can just continue sitting on the cash door. That's Nippon for you as Dibdil comes in for what is potentially a very aggressive play towards the garage area, but Sparko's gonna be found. There we go. Dibdil's gonna get his triple. C4 did go out, but it doesn't need to twitch. Oh, Nippon looked away, but he was the distraction as it turns out. Dibjol comes out the garage door, finds the twitch, finishes out Jittery, and we might just have a comeback on our hands, folks.
The comebacks from Valiance is so near. And even with Jittery staying alive, Dipjol made it happen. Triple kill from the Capcan. Actually, a quad kill from Capcan. A good job from Dipjol because that actually did get them the round. Not from the not from the traps that Capcan has placed, but the use of his primary submachine gun. Man, I just did not expect to see that, ladies and gentlemen. And talking about Dibjal though, he's the only one who can make those plays happen, and not even mention Tsukushima. who is still desperately
Attackers
trying
need
to
to
find a
locate
way
and
or maybe
defuse
try to
bombs.
get some aggressive kills, because that's exactly what he's trying to do, providing pressure, and that pressure is kind of getting into Monkey Hunter's head right now. Looks like it is working out too well here for Valiance, although there are some certain situations where the control on Garage was almost at the hands of Rattler, but that instant refrag really did make sure that it would be their domain. And yeah, damn, that was such a close round yet again from Valiance. I really don't know what to say next.
10
Even
seconds
with
to
Jittery and
insertion.
Sparko staying alive on a 2v4, there was almost a way
5
that
seconds
clutch
left
would have
before insertion.
happened. And that's how dangerous Jittery is. That is how
Attacker's objective
dangerous
is to
Jittery
locate
is.
a
You give
bomb
him
and defuse
any
it.
weapon he wants, even with an LMG of a Zofia or the F2 from the Twitch, he delivers them. And he's such a dangerous player to be going up against, and still trying to defend on a 1v4. It is really a valiant effort there from the defenders themselves, but I really have no idea on what's going to happen next, because Valiants, they just need 2 more wins. They have to win 2 more defensive rounds, and if they make one single mistake, if Dibjol makes one single mistake, then that means Monkey Hunters gets their first aggressive play. Not a good way for Dibjol to be engaging gunfights like that. He
Oh,
needs to
boy.
escape. He is so cornered in so many locations. He's been tagged. The push will coming from Rattler, and there you have it. Dibjol. No, no, no. He's been caught off on so much certain situation, and Sparko gets another. There goes Hypertushi, a bit late for that cover. It looks like they have the entire control on CCTV, and not a good way to be going down like that, Valiance. You're going to cost them the entire round, and not to even mention the match point for Monkey Hunters, 3-6. It's going to be very difficult from now on, knowing that they've already have 2 early kills. Dibjol and Hypertushi taken care of. Now they just have to focus on the site. 2C4 still in their hands.
Oh,
Jack.
dear.
What do you think is going to happen
Oh
here?
dear,
Tsushima
oh dear,
goes with
no!
no! Rattler comes in with the flick, takes out Tsushima Gold, and now it's a 2v5.
Attackers located
Not
a
a
bomb.
single body's been dropped around from Monkey Hunters. They are looking so strong right now, and Valiance, what is happening? The drone is right in front of him, and yet Smoke is so focused from the bar, thinking that the entire players, I would say the attackers, might be in that specific spot. I really don't know what is happening here. Jack Valiants have no information from the default camp, although they will get the down, but in the end, we will see Sandy and Sparko get the final kill. And looks like we all know what's going to happen here, folks. Monkey Hunters on match point 6-3 as we proceed to round 10. What just happened? Like, there were so many drones that Monkey Hunters had so much information on towards Valiance, and they had no idea what was happening. This is what happens when you ban mute. This is what happens when you ban mute. Even though if you do bring out the Mozzie, the attackers have so much information in their hands, and they just delivered it time and time again. And such a risky play there from Dibjol. He shouldn't have made that. Although, yes, even if they do open up the wall, it would have been better to just hold his ground in towards the cash room rather than, falling back from the garage entrance. Not a good way for Valiance to be going down. And looks like Monkey Hunters are 1 round away for
Defenders,
securing
protect
their
your bombs from
spot
being
in the
defused by
grand
attackers.
finals. Valiance, man, you gotta step up, man. Please step up.
They have just. What was that round, Valiants? Guys, what? Did I miss a memo? What? I am lost right now as to what we just got to see from the side of the Valiants. That simply was not how you play a round, knowing that
10
your
seconds left
opponents
before
are on match point. Well, are about to be match point.
5 seconds
You
left.
had so much room to work with. Really, just
Attackers
the
are moving
last
out
2
to locate
rounds,
a bomb and
Monkey
defuse it.
Hunters didn't have momentum, so they decided to get just a little bit more serious, just to try and, get themselves back into proper shape. And it was effectively just giving them that. Those runouts, those decisions that were made without checking for drones, without checking corners, and Well, I was just about to say, Monkey Hunters were doing that, but apparently Hypertissue will in fact get his jump out this time. That is Rattler off the board. Huge drop right there. And that was probably assisted by Tsukishima using the pulse. Or maybe just, he knew that somebody would be there droning for stocks. The Capcan did see this drone in stocks. So probably a good idea to jump out regardless. But yeah, while that jump out was good and definitely gave them a good heading for the round, you just zoom back to the last round, right? We had a very aggressive Frost who tried to do something similar towards CCTV and Garage, and that simply did not work. That led to even more destruction on the Valiants themselves. So who knows, things could still not go as planned for the side of the Valiants. They simply need so much more to do for themselves if they want to get this round on their board. They have work to do, and Sandy's gonna go down. In the meanwhile, Flickshot has found one more, but he's gonna find one more. Wait a minute, Flickshot is doing work right now, and it seems like we might just have a big round for the Valiants. Monkey Hunters are being caught off right now, but the Bandit will finally go down. That is Beat finishing him off, and a much needed kill that will be for the side of the attack.
Attackers
Oh
recovered
boy, the
bomb
pressure is on for Monkey Hunters. They've lost so much bodies. Talk about Valiants, they are very determined right now. With Flickshotter making such amazing plays, they just have to hold their ground. They just have to hold 50 seconds. But here comes Jittery with the LMG, taking out Hypertushi. The control is in. The push will come in as well. Can he get the kill? No, it does not. Dipjol comes in with an immediate refrag and a necessary one, because that is Jittery taken care of. And with a Beat will be the last man standing, already pushed in towards that specific spot as Nippon comes sprinting towards the Modo room, eliminating Beat, and looks like Valiants, they haven't given up just yet. 4-6. Valiants needs to win 2 more rounds to put this match on match point, actually on overtime. And they still need to win 2 more defensive rounds. With Basement, Church, and Arsenal Room being locked on the hands of Valiants, the only site that they have right now is either second floor CCTV or second floor gym and bedroom. And when second floor CCTV, even if Valiants do win that site, the difficult site to be defending on would be on second floor gym, because that's exactly the same round where Monkey Hunters won that. So Valiants, get ready, because they are in for a very big ride.
For sure, a huge ride, some would say. Again, 2 more
Attackers need
rounds,
to
and
locate
we've
and
got
defuse
potential overtime, folks. Monkey Hunters, again, a little sloppy on the attack, I have to admit, but they only need 1 round. 1 out of this and the next one. 2 rounds potentially to go. 1 of them goes Monkey Hunter's way, and we are done here with the semifinals. And that is what they would want right now. But Valiants, of course, they are fishing for a chance, and they have one. They have that chance here and now. This is the only chance they're going to get. If they end up messing up for even 1 round, or even doing one tiny mistake that, say, gets Flickshotter killed, or say Tsukishima and Nippon go down early, or some or the other, anything like that happens, and we're looking at a Monkey Hunters victory, folks. That is without a doubt a potential outcome right now. Drones are being taken out, taken control of. That is definitely much needed, as Rattler will, selectively open up certain portions of the wall of Garage. But wait a minute, Jittery knows that there's somebody inside of Dirt. He's trying to get a pre-fire in with the LMG, and well, he's not going to get anything off of that because Tsukishima ran away so long ago. But yeah, he kind of just had to, just to make sure that, he made sure that he wouldn't get any bright ideas about going back for a repeak or something. Nope, none of that happened.
Jogging.
He was just
He's just
jogging
jogging.
around. Yeah, he was just jogging around. And as for Jittery, you have to train that LMG sometimes, get it warmed up with a few shots, and then proceed as normal. As it seems to be the case, he has made his way all the way to the roof already, watching the CCTV window for a potential clearance on that window right now. As in the meanwhile, we're going to have the breach coming in thanks to the Mavericks blowtorch. There we go. Reinforced wall taken care of. Good stuff from Beat. Good stuff from Monkey Hunters on that quick CC breach. But now, garage control is essential. And with the Mozzie still on basement, it will be very, very difficult for them to actually get in and hold control here. Flick shotters here, cap cans here. You have so much to do. And Monkey Hunter's time is going to be of the essence.
We'll talk about time though, Jack. The only difference that Valiants can do right now is force Monkey Hunters to be on post plan. But again, the early kill. Hypertushi goes down. So does Dibjul in the hands of Jittery's LMG. No, just a minute left. They just need to hold on much longer. Flick shot at Tsukushima God is still alive. They just need to make those plays as Sandy. He knows exactly where the Mozzie's location is. He needs to fall back because the site is on second for CCTV. He could make a quick getaway, but it is too late. And when talking about too late, even the time for Monkey Hunters is almost running out. Talk about time, it's just 45 seconds, and Jittery slowly making his way in towards the garage catwalk. So does Beat, and Rattler prepped and ready with the angle, making sure that none of the defenders would make that specific push. And Jittery might be able to get the shot though from the smoke. He's playing so patiently enough as a concussion nade will come in, and here comes yet another kill. Sandy will take out Tsukushima Goat. It is all down to these two players, Nippon and Flick Shotter. Looks like Beat will be able to get one and another, taking out both Flick Shotter and Nippon. And there you have it, folks. Team Monkey Hunters will proceed to the grand finals of this tournament. Lenovo and AMD, the Rising in association with Vijay Sales. There you have it. And I just have to say this one out loud. Damn, Jittery. Back at it again with the Sophia LMG. It is so good to see him back. And looks like we will see Monkey Hunters get into the grand finales. Congratulations to them. And sadly, a sad day for Team Valiants. They made a very good effort, but unfortunately, their journey will come to an end in this tournament. Although they still have a chance, though, on the AMD Challengers, so I'm very excited to see that, don't you think, Jack?
Oh yeah, AMD Challengers will be a big, big thing. But of course, we have to zoom back in, folks. Your first finalists have been found, have been decided, and they are Monkey Hunters LFO. I mean, all things considered, with Team GG gone and Kira Esports on the other side facing a different team, I think this is the outcome most of us expected, generally speaking. And here we are. Monkey Hunters LFO are the first finalists to go in to the grand finals of Lenovo plus AMD The Rising in association with Vijay Sales. And with that, indeed, and with that, we come to the end of the first semi-finals. Now, initially, the second semi-final was also supposed to happen today, but we had a little bit of a change of schedule. And that second semi-final is, from what we are aware of, going to be happening tomorrow at just about the same time. We'll update you over on social media, so keep an eye out for that. But yeah, it is going to be very exciting to see whether or not Kira Esports can win over their competition and get themselves into the finals as well. In that case, they will remain one of the top teams, regardless of if they win the finals or not. They are now always there in the top two. Compare Kira Esports right now to where they were this time last year, and you'll see they have improved significantly. And I am very, very happy to see that. Improvements in a team over the course of time is always fantastic to see. Valiants have definitely gotten better as well, but even to this day, going up against Monkey Hunters is a daunting challenge for them, and they weren't up to the task, unfortunately, today. Maybe they will next time when we see them, but of course, we will see more of them in a little bit once we have the highlights ready, and I hope we do. Yeah, we do, in fact. So the highlights going live on your screens right here, right now. And just overall, I think we can tell from this map, it really began with a bang because of that attempted rush from Dibjul, Hypertushi, and Nippon. But unfortunately, it was a rush that was bound to fail because Monkey Hunters were already on their way back to site when they got in. And the gunfights simply did not go in their favor. However, Bedroom was a side that Monkey Hunters took, Valiants took with ease. Then we had this very extremely messy round from both sides. It was a weird round at that. And then Jittery, oh, that wallbang. That wallbang was something else from Jittery right there, man. That quad kill in that round was quite good for the side of the Monkey Hunters. And then really after that, they found their stride. And they, oh, yeah. that Flores drone, that's gonna be etched in my memory for a while now. That you don't expect that. We know when you really look at these
Same.
matches, you don't expect Flores drone kills. But yeah, all things considered, Monkey Hunters, they went 5-1 up going into round 7, and that's when Valiant started mounting a little bit of a comeback, a potential even. That's all they needed, just a chance, a spark. But unfortunately, even after, taking 3 rounds, 2 back to back at that, capitalizing on Monkey Hunter's mistakes on the attacker side of things, they simply were not up to the challenge. They went from 1-5 to 3-5 to 4-6. And even then, it was not enough. Valiance, a very good attempt. Just a little bit, a few adjustments required. Maybe toning down, some of those aggressive moments would probably be a good idea. Not ones where Rattler got like that one that we just saw, Rattler getting taken down while on his own. Stuff like that is all right, but not all the time. Try not to do it every single time you get into an engagement, because you stand a chance of losing more bodies than actually gaining kills. So keep that in mind, folks, because being overly aggressive might not actually work out in the long run. And we definitely saw that aggression starting to hurt Valiance the longer we went into that match. They were trying to force a situation that couldn't be forced, if I were to use that term. And then it just kind of spiraled from there for most of the match. So yeah, all things considered, great games between both sides. Valiance, we will see you again, hopefully in the AMD Challenger Series. And Monkey Hunters, we will see you again in a couple of days when the grand finals happen. But until then, we still have one more semi-final. Tomorrow's match of Kira Esports. And oh boy, it's going to be a fantastic game, folks. Kira Esports will be taking on Valhalla Esports on tomorrow's semifinal. So we do hope to see all of our viewers back for that one, as well as it promises to be a good one. So it did today, and it was a good one. But tomorrow, I'm hoping for a little bit more overtime action, if you know what I'm saying, and a little bit more maybe map 3 action before we get into the big best of 5, that is the grand finals. And yeah, overall a fantastic time and a fantastic match that we just got to see. Any closing thoughts, Baba? What are we feeling here?
I mean, the first semi-final showed a lot of promises between Valiants and Monkey Hunters, and the second semi-final is also going to be amazing too. I'm not gonna lie. Kira and Valhalla, they went in a series of 32 elimination way. I mean, 32 players. They had to defeat those players and get a spot on semi-finals. That is really not a hard thing. Really not an easy thing to do at this point. And now facing up against the huge pillars of South APAC, Kira Esports, Valhalla. I seriously don't know what's going to happen to them. I mean, seriously, Kira Esports, they are so prepared. They know what to do, what not to do, at what times they need to be aggressive, and what time they should be passive. The same thing cannot be said to Valhalla too. So I'm a bit worried about them. And yes, I'm actually very excited if this match goes to overtime, but I'm also worried about Valhalla. So all eyes on them, all eyes on Valhalla. And if they do make a huge upset, it's going to be very interesting because they will go up against Monkey Hunters too. So maybe they might make a great statement about it, Jack.
They definitely could. Again, tomorrow's match will decide who Monkey Hunters will go up against, and we will definitely see who it will be. Will it be Kira Esports? Will it be Valhalla? Find out tomorrow. Until then, that has been it for myself, Blackjack, and my co-host Babagusta, and we will see you all with the second semifinals tomorrow. Stay tuned, and good night.